Hey, what's up, everybody? Dr. Giggles here. It's your weekly growth show, and I gotta run upstairs and get my notes in a minute. And when I do that, I'll show a clip of FearTown real quick. Or actually, you know what I can do? I'll make my kid useful. I'm gonna text him. Hang on one second. Can't believe I forgot to do that. I don't know. Hang on. Hang on, I know I suck at this. I'm sorry. All right, so I just did that. Sorry about that. I suck. I know. Hey, what's up, everybody? Anyway, so this week there's a lot of news to cover. We're gonna just go through the news. We're also gonna talk about IAAPA, and that's coming up next week. We're gonna go over the schedule for Florida. There will be no Grow Show next week, but I plan on. The dog's chilling. Peanut's here, right, Peanut? Hey, Peanut. What's up, dude? Anyway, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about. Hey, what's up, Nicholas? A little bit later in the show, Nicholas, we're going to show a few clips from FearTown, and your dad's in it. Thank you. And that was Jessica. I think you guys know who that is by now anyway. But, and if you don't, shame on you. But anyway, so I got my notes. Thanks to Jess coming to save my butt. Oh, yeah, this room is getting a makeover. It's not going to look like this. Actually, this is coming in two phases. One, this room's gonna look like a haunted house room when it's all done. And then, if you look, you can't really see, but over where I'm pointing that way is a closet. But once I sell 3 pinball machines, this wall's coming down. We're making this a big, giant podcasting room with desks and couches and whatever. It'll be a new studio and all that stuff because we're gonna just. One, the Haunapalooza podcast thing is starting to grow like crazy. I mean, we're not thousands or anything. We're almost at 200, which I'm surprised that we're at because, you know me, I suck at promoting. I suck at it. Yeah. So we're doing both, and don't worry, this channel is never going anywhere. This channel will always have the Grow Show. It'll still do what it does. I'll still make rant videos. I'm still going to do Grow Shows. I'm still going to do everything I do. No matter what haters out there don't want me to do, they can kiss my ass. We'll leave it at that. But regardless of that, anyway. So this week, I'll just go over the top. Knott's Berry Farm, Six Flags Great Adventure. We're going to talk about Six Flags New England Holiday in the Park. Some stuff for Six Flags Great Adventure and Holiday in the Park for that. They're not load-bearing walls. We've already checked that out. There's no... It's just one little wall here. It's not a load. We've already checked into that. That's not a load bearing because we thought about that. I already had somebody look at it, so it's not. We will talk about FearTown, and we're gonna throw. There's small clips. Like one's like a minute and a half, another one's a minute and a half, and one's like 3 minutes long. They're hilarious. They're freaky. And then next year, I don't know when. We're going to release it now. It might get released on YouTube or it might get released on a DVD. We don't know yet. We're going to see what the final product looks like. If it's not to our standards for a DVD release, then we'll just put it on YouTube. If it's awesome, we'll put it on a DVD. And myself and FearTown will sell the DVDs. We're not going to go crazy. But who knows? Maybe I can make 2 versions. And we'll get more into that because there's some stuff you got to hear about. There are some amazing stories that only happen when you go with me. We're also going to be talking about Carowinds. We're going to be talking about Ride Entertainment with the Sky Coast. We're going to talk about Disney Plus. We're going to be talking about Disneyland, IAAPA, Skyline Attractions, American Dream. And there was also something that... hey, what's up, J Kite? There was something that Lindsay shared on Twitter about some new ride. It's maybe it's going to be at a booth or they'll have something about it. And I can have Lindsay just get me the information real quick about that. And and then we'll be good. But yeah, so let's get through all the news, and then whatever else everybody talks about, all that good stuff, and then we'll get into. What we'll do is we'll get into FearTown, and then we'll get into IAAPA, because IAAPA is really community-based of what I need, what you guys want to see. I mean, I know what I want to see, but I don't know what you guys want to see. I mean, I know everybody and their mother that has a YouTube channel or a fan site or whatever, does everything for, their channel and their sites and stuff, but I really want to know what you guys want to see. And then I'll give my coverage towards that, not just what everybody else is going to be doing interviews and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm not one to really go out and go crazy and get interviews and stuff. I just like going, seeing the sites, getting the information, letting you guys see cool stuff, and then we'll talk about that too. So yeah, so I remember you saying something about that, Jay, about joining Ace and then going to... Which event are you going in December out there? I think I know you, when we last spoke, you were torn between like 2 events that you wanted to go to. Yeah, FearTown was fun, Nicholas. Let me tell you. All right, so Knott's Berry Farm. I'm definitely going to check this out at IAAPA because they're going to be showing the stuff off for this. But that ride, Iron Reef, is getting a whole makeover. It's going to become Berry Tales 4D, and they're going to redo it. So I guess they're going to show the ride vehicles and stuff about the ride at IAAPA. So I'll make sure I'll go and check that out so that, you guys can see what it is, whether you go out there or not, to go ride it. But there's been a lot of talk, and people don't understand. Iron Reef's what, 3-4 years old? Around there, give or take. And it's already being replaced. Now, I heard, I've never ridden Iron Reef, so I don't know one way or the other how good or bad it is. I never watched a video on it, because I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to get out to Knott's Berry Farm. And I'm like, a lot of people are like, why are they already getting rid of the theme and putting a new one in? My take on it is it's probably the general public doesn't really care about it. I heard the ride was phenomenal, and it was great. It's a great ride. But I think it's there's probably the ridership numbers are low, or maybe there's problems with the technology. I don't know. But when I talked to somebody about it, I said the general public sometimes just doesn't see a good thing in something. The Christmas one at Six Flags Face of Texas, so I'll be doing both actually. But yeah, I'm excited. It's good. And you know what, Jay? I would like to hear about when you go, post some pictures and stuff. I want to see, when you go to the event. I want to know if you had a good time, bad time, phenomenal time, whatever it is. I want to know. So, yeah, they're going to be working with Triotech on this Knott's Berry Farm, and we'll see what happens when I go to IAAPA next week. Got to get out the trusty pen. Trusty pen and cross it off. As you can tell, I'm trying to get through the news pretty quickly because the rest of the show is going to be like Holiday in the Park, IAAPA, FearTown. There's a lot on the plate for that, like a ton. Ton. All right, so we're going to talk about Six Flags Great Adventure in 2 terms. Well, 3. They announced the Coaster Challenge to ride Nitro, requiring people to wear tank tops and shorts in December. So there's a lot of people that are hyped about that. I don't know if you're going to ride it once, ride it for an hour, ride it for 6 hours. I don't know that's the only info that I got this week, earlier in the week when I typed this out, and I haven't looked since. Oh, you're down there for Florida. I'm leaving Saturday to go down there. That's when I go down there. So hopefully, if you see me and I don't see you, DJ Dog, make sure you say what up, because people that know me, you can ask John and anybody else. You guys see me, I walk right by everybody. I'm kind of like in my own little world. Don't even recognize people. I'm like zombified, I guess. And then like, hey, they'll be like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, man? Like, I just, you know how it is, man. So they're doing the Coaster Challenge. I'm putting an email in after the show to see if they're gonna do some kind of Coaster Challenge. I think it would be cool. I mean, I've ridden Nitro. To me, it's a snooze fest. It's too smooth. It's just, I mean, it's getting that, that old rattle out of the B&Ms that you get when the rides get older. It's just, there's not much force to it. I mean, you get the most force you get out of it is that helix near the end. That's where it's at. The next thing is Six Flags Great Adventure. The Jersey Devil's been, starting to do the clearing, getting everything going, and getting that going. So I want to make note of that. Also, I don't know if I put it or where I put it. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's over here. I'm bouncing. I'm bouncing around. If they have anything for Axis at IAAPA, which I don't think so, they might have a train there, or they might have some video footage of it, like just the testing of it. I don't think there's going to be much of it because it's kind of a prototype, not much to show. Oh, Jeremy says Frosted Flakes are good. Also for Great Adventure, Holiday in the Park actually starts this Saturday and Sunday, and I believe it was Lindsay that told me that Wonder Woman's going to be open for Holiday in the Park as well. So there's your Great Adventure news. Yeah, groundbreaking for the Jersey Devil. It was yesterday. They started clearing it out. I know I saw it, and then I wrote it. I saw them clearing things out and whatever they were doing. So, hey, whatever it is, man. It's going to be awesome. For Disneyland, if you like Snow White, it's getting an upgrade in 2020. I haven't seen much info. I just saw that there was a permit filed for almost $500,000 for an upgrade. So I don't know what the upgrade is and how much of an upgrade. I mean, $500,000 in Disney World is like 10 cents to us. That's not a lot of cash. $500,000 is really not much. I'm sure it's going to upgrade a lot. Hey, what's up, Jason? But, oh yeah, you guys are going to notice starting next week on Facebook, because I want to make sure that I had posts scheduled. And I got to fix the video that released today, too. It was supposed to be about Holiday Park, and I put the wrong video part in it. So, oops. I did a lot of messing up this week or last week whenever I made videos. I messed up some stuff. But anyway, you're going to start seeing countdowns to both Holiday in the Park and Holiday Lights. You're going to start seeing that stuff. So, yeah. So, Disneyland with Snow White's getting an upgrade. I kind of missed that ride. I don't know how many rode Snow White like at in Magic Kingdom in Orlando, but I know it was kind of not like crazy, like a lot of crazy rides of today, but I do miss the ride. I every time I went when it was open, I went and I rode it, and I liked it. What else I got here on the news front? Carowinds, they were fined over $40,000 for an inspector having a hand severed with one of the rides. So that's that was that news. They had several violations, but one of them being an inspector getting the hand severed. Can you imagine that, getting your hand severed? Yeah, what I'm gonna do is tomorrow, because tomorrow's like my last day to fidget around and play with things before I leave. So I'm going to try to record a couple videos. I know tomorrow we haven't even recorded the FearTown Extreme Fears review yet, and we're going to do that. Jess and I are going to do that tomorrow when she gets home after we eat dinner. We're going to do that and put that out while I'm gone. But there's a few things I want to do before I leave, because once I leave, I'm not going to have time to update much. Like on Facebook and Twitter and stuff I can, but like videos and stuff, I got some stuff in the can. The stuff that they poured on us in FearTown. I'll get into. I don't want to give nothing away yet until we get to that portion of the show, because there's a lot of funny stories, that included. So we'll get there very quickly. After I only got a couple more news topics, and then we're out of it. Ride Entertainment. They're the ones that make the Sky Coaster and the restraints and all that stuff. they got this new digital platform that'll take the video of you while you're on the ride, and then when you buy it, you can self-edit it and have it. And then they're working with, who is it? No, I didn't write down the company, but they're partnering with a company for like new LED lighting packages for the Sky Coasters. They're starting to get a little innovative with these Sky Coasters, which is nice because I like them, and I'm going to make sure. My brother and I were like, oh, we got to ride the... My brothers never ride the sit-down one. What do you call it? You know, the sit-down restraint harness. My brother's never done that. I did it. I love it. I think it's better than the lay-down one. I think it's more creepier. I like the B&M Vest restraints more than the over-shoulder. I'm tired of having my head banged on like a pinball machine. Just not my kind of thing. All right, what else we got? Skyline Attractions announces, and somebody said this earlier, Skywarp Orbit, and during IAAPA, we're gonna be able to see the concept of this ride beyond like the video that we've seen. My whole thing about Skyline is I'm glad that they're trying new things, trying to make new models of stuff, but they really need to work on getting their other stuff fixed before they really start getting into new stuff. You know, that's just my honest opinion on that, but that's me. American Dream in New Jersey. Right now, if you go, the Sky Sled. If you go to the American Dream, parking is free right now. Nobody knows how long, but if you do go, it is free with a capital F. If you go in there and you go into Jersey, the indoor, Nickelodeon thing, you can now get free parking. So that's a nice thing because that place is going to be ridiculously expensive. And I think they know that it's going to get hurt because having all that crazy parking and the expensive price tag to get in, it's not going to be fun. People aren't going to want to go. Yeah, that's funny. I think a lot of that, you say that, Jason, with Orion, Candemonium, Pantheon, Texas Stingray, Iron Gwazi, and Icebreakers are almost finished. Yet Jersey Devil hasn't started on their footers. I think a little of that is backed up on probably the permit. Jersey, from what I know of, they are a bitch to work with. They gave trouble for the drop tower there, Zumanjaro. Their media day had to get canceled and moved. They were messing with American Dream. Jersey's really strict with their rides. I mean, I'm glad that they're all about safety and all this other stuff, but they're very, very strict. They're one of the strictest places I've ever seen. And one of the most lenient places I've ever seen was Pennsylvania. That's pretty crazy when it comes to the different sides of the spectrum of how strict a state is, So I think a lot of it has to do with their permit process, getting approvals and all that, then getting the company ready to go and all that. All right, so the last piece of news that I want to talk about before I get in the holiday in the park with New England was Disney Plus. So Tuesday it launched. I had it. I'm sure a lot of you guys had it. Everybody's talking about The Mandalorian and Star Wars and everything. But one thing and it has to do with theme parks and stuff, was the Imagineering story. It's like a 6-part series. So they got episode 1, of it out. And it was about the creation of Disneyland and all the planning and all. I know a lot of these stories are on the internet from other people talking. But they had a lot of footage of Walt in it, about his death. And you can tell they're moving the next chapter in a Walt Disney World, I suspect. But there was some stuff that I've never seen before that in there that was awesome. It's a lot of behind the scenes, like how they were doing animatronics and all this stuff. They got all this footage from, Pirates of the Caribbean. What else did they were showing? Oh, they talked about the World's Fair. Yeah, 10 million people signed up on the, on the first day. They thought it was going to take a year to get that many subscribers. Yeah, the 2020 coasts are almost done, and West Coast races isn't yet open yet. I mean, like I said, the part of that reason, I mean, it hasn't been like officially confirmed, and I'm never going to tell you, but the word on the street, the word around the campfire was when they designed the coaster, they forgot about like earthquakes, like in the design. It has to have a certain kind of design to withstand earthquakes. Plus, I heard the area was a little bit smaller, and they had to move the footers in different places. There was a couple different stories going around. But I believe the track is complete. And actually, the first Marvel movie was The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. That was the first one to kick off the MCU. Then there was Iron Man. Iron Man really brought it to the forefront. But anyway, so if you got Disney Plus and you haven't watched that Imagineering story, check it out because it's really cool. Oh, I'm sure there's quite a few free Verizon customers that are on that. I'm pretty sure I'd be pretty damn sure there's a lot, but still, it's a number and it counts. I gotta say, I'm very satisfied with the amount of content on Disney Plus. Well, I don't know if you know, J Kite, the Disney one's only $7, way cheaper than any of them. I mean, for $7 to get all that content, damn. Oh, $7 a month, I should say, not like $7. It's $6.99 a month. It's the cheapest one out there, and you get a ton of content. Like, look, I'm one of those. I like to have physical media. I like having the DVD. I like you know what I mean, or the CD. I'm not a big, huge fan of downloaded and streaming. Everything's compressed. It's not as good as having the actual disc in your hand. Same thing with music. Same thing with a record or a CD. You know what I mean? The sound is really compressed in an MP3 and it sounds like crap. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you can stream on certain stuff, but this was the only thing that could suck me into getting a streaming service because I wanted to watch The Mandalorian, and they were talking about the Imagineer thing, and then there's like a day at Disney or something. There's something about Disney workers or something. I got to watch that one next. Hell, the first day, it was funny. We had to go to a funeral on Tuesday for Jessica's uncle. I'm in the car waiting before we could go into the place before you start the funeral. That I had downloaded the app for Disney Plus on my phone, and I watched Forky Asks a Question. Hey, Nicholas, yeah. That was the first thing I watched. Then later on when I went home, she wanted to watch The New Lady and the Tramp. She won that battle. Then, we were watching, you too, Nicholas, fairy tale Disney wedding thing or something. Then she fell asleep during that. So then when that was over, I watched Mandalorian. Then I put on A Nightmare Before Christmas. And then last night we watched, what the hell did we watch last night? Oh, The Ugly Dash Hound or something. Oh, I don't know. What I'll do is I'll write that down. I'll just send an email out if I get any info from the park. So, park hours are 2 to 8 instead of 3 to 9. Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't even know they did that. I mean, you're the first person saying that. Yeah, they're putting a lot of money into that Star Wars series. And let me tell you, I don't know how many of you watched The Mandalorian, but that first episode had me hooked in. I was really pumped and excited to see that. What are your thoughts on Nightmare? Are you talking about Nightmare Before Christmas, Jay? I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I don't know if that's what it is, but I'm going to, while you, because I know we're on a delay. Holiday in the park. So anyway, November 23rd and 24th, they're doing the horse carriage rides. If you don't have Diamond and Diamond Elite, it's $5 for a person. If you have Diamond and Diamond Elite, it's free. I guess it just takes you around the park, all that good stuff. Right now, what I'm doing is I am looking at... I hate these stupid pop-up ads about the dining passes. All right, so... I'm just checking the holiday entertainment just to make sure. All right, so there's no new show. I mean, if they were smart... I mean, I don't know how much about the Mrs. Claus Christmas Eve show, but see, it's in center stage, so it's not, unless they're not doing anything in the theater. I don't know why they wouldn't. Yeah, I see 2 to 8, 2 to 8, 2 to 8 every night, 2 to 8. So yeah, I don't know. I'll shoot an email out and see if we get a response on that. So let's see, entertainment, food. There's bread bowls, s'mores fire pit, Christmas hats, hot chocolate, holiday clothing, blah blah blah. So that, you know, everything's pretty much the same that we did when we talked about it before. Oh, so do I consider Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? Honestly, I consider it both. I feel that can be watched at both times of the year just because it fits both things. You know what I'm saying? It fits. Oh yeah, plus the prime rib. Max, Disney is never going to get a B&M. Never. Never, 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 never. Disney is not going to spend that kind of money on that. It's not going to be worth that much money to them. They're not catering to coaster enthusiasts. They're catering to families. You know what I mean? I mean, it's shocking that they have any ride that's 48 inches or above, because Walt's statement was he wanted a place where everybody could ride together and nobody was sitting on a bench. That's why Walt created Disney. You know, Disneyland. That was the whole premise behind that. So most people, when they create a B&M, it's 54 inches and above, not 48. 48 is really like Disney's max, and they don't really have many rides that are 48 inches. They got them 40 and below usually, but they, you know, they got, I think the only, I'm probably wrong, but I think the only 48-inch ride that I know of at the top of my head is Rock and Roller Coaster. A lot of people were kind of shocked that they did that. Yeah, they're not, Disney's not about intense and thrills. I mean, look at the rides that they got. Most of their rides. You know what I'm saying? Look at most of the rides. That's like Magic Kingdom and stuff like that. Everything's Vekoma, stuff like that. I believe that's Vekoma for Tron. I think that's a Vekoma coaster. Yep. Yeah, it's... One, Vekomas are cheap. They're cheap money. One, it's a proven track record with Vekoma and Disney that the rides are pretty reliable, especially at the amount that Disney runs their rides. Those rides are like tanks. They're not going to put in a B&M because you want a B&M. The majority of people that go can't ride the B&M. The lines wouldn't be long. They're not going to waste the space on a B&M. They're not going to waste their space, and you know what I mean? They're not going to waste the space. Yeah, but that's the thing. They don't want the big rides. Oh, their rides aren't big. They're not huge. They're meant not to be. From what I hear, the Tron ride's pretty smooth. I mean, because you're sitting on like a motorcycle, and it launches around. It's not crazy, so... Yeah, you got your whole perspective wrong on that, Max. I know you like busting my chops and getting the rides out of me, but You're not. You'll never see a B&M at Disney. Just saying. All right, so now we got all that stuff out of the way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk a little bit about FearTown. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna talk FearTown. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna tell you some stories, show you some footage, and stuff like that. And when it comes time, I'm gonna show you. Yeah. That'd be funny if you have to be 48 in a small. Nah, you can have little kids in a small world. So anyway, so FearTown Extreme Fairs. Well, yeah, I can't wait for Guardians of the Galaxy. That's gonna be awesome. All right, so FearTown Extreme Fairs. Everest is the only yellow coaster, right? Well, Everest is the only coaster of that kind that I think of. Yeah, that's the tallest coaster I think there, but it's mainly the mountain that's tall, not the coaster. It's supposed to look like Mount Everest with a roller coaster and the Yetis and all that. Matter of fact, I will be there on Monday, riding Everest, an avatar. But anyway, so FearTown Extreme Fairs, everybody knows I talked about it a lot last year about doing the Extreme Fairs, filming it. We did the same thing, so I don't have to tell you that. So we had 5 cameras rolling. There was 9 of us that went in instead of 14 of us. Danielle and Jimmy couldn't go, so it was myself, Jessica, Jeremy, Alyssa, Nicholas that was in here watching, that was typing in here. He went. Nicholas's parents, Cliff and Judy, went. I say my dad went because my dad went and he just turned 74 at the beginning of the month, and my brother went. So there was 9 of us. We didn't know nothing. Hey, Jason, did you watch what I showed you? I don't know if you watched what I showed you, but what I did was I slapped together a quick. I mean, it's not really edited well. It was just it's for me planning out, and I showed Jason. I sent him a link to it. I don't know if he watched it or not, but anyway, so if you did watch Jason, then you know about the stories I'm going to tell and all this other stuff. So there is one scene that we can't put in the final video. So remember that, and then when I get to it, I'll let you know why. So we got there. It was cold. It was really cold. At least you had the happy meds to go with it. Yeah, that sucked. You were in the hospital. I mean, at least you're all right now, so that's good. That's the main thing. You were good. Like, you're not dead. You're okay. That's the most important thing. Even though I think you would have really, you may or may not after I tell you these stories. And like I said, I got 3 small clips to show everybody just to give you kind of an idea of the way that it went this year. But it's totally different. It was chaotic. It was a lot of funny stuff. And I had a lot of fun. I mean, I sent Charles some pictures and stuff. Now, if you remember last week when, the last couple of weeks when I've been talking about this Extreme Fairs thing, that the actors were toying with me. Well, they did it and they came for me and only me. I'm the only person that went through the haunt that got this. They did it for me to bust my chops. It's all in fun. So the story goes, so you guys are never going to see this. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to post it anywhere. They even said it before it went down. They were like, and this does not go on YouTube. This does not make the video. This does not go on YouTube. Oh, you didn't watch the video yet. Oh my God. Yeah, you need to sit down and watch that. The video that I sent to him is 1 hour and 30 minutes. It's probably going to be a little longer after. I didn't really watch everything. I don't know everything that I put together. I just slapped pieces together just like in a row. I just kind of was skipping through. I just wanted to just lay stuff down just to see kind of how it was going to unfold. Anyway, so the whole point of the story was, I know I can talk about it, I just can't show the story. One, they don't want me to show it because it's against their own rules of what they do. And that's why I'm the only one that got it. So if you guys remember, they kept talking about Hidden Valley Ranch, right? Remember I kept saying that, Hidden Valley Ranch. So there was a scene that's themed to Hansel and Gretel. So our friend there, Madam, we call her Madam Guillotine, but that's not her character this year. And I don't know what the character's name was, but then come to find out, yeah, this can't go on YouTube, which it sucks, because I wish I really could put it in. So you're gonna see us like walking through this Hansel Gretel area, going to the oven, and then after the oven, you're not gonna see what happened in the oven. Yeah, there's two scenes that would make this thing like an NC-17 film, legit. Anyway, so when I get to the door of the oven, Madame Guillotine opens the door, and then I think Madame Guillotine says something like, "Oh, you're effed," and I'm like, "Uh-oh," or I say it or something, and the guy's waiting for me at the door. I'm watching this footage, and this guy with the door closed is standing up against, looking at the door, waiting for it to open. And there was people inside. Jeremy and my dad were inside the oven, and they were messing with them, pouring crap all over them. It was rice, dirt, sawdust, all this other stuff. So anyway, so the dude grabs me, right? Like, he grabs me by my shirt like this, throws me on the ground. We're on the ground. He's choking me out just about. And it's like a UFC match. And I can't move. I'm going nowhere. The dude's got me yoked up. I'm going nowhere. And out comes the Hidden Valley Ranch. So what my friend did, Madame Guillotine, she took the bottle of ranch, took the cover off, and started, making masturbation notions and squeezing the bottle to make it like a you-know-what. And it was all over my face, all over my clothes. And then I think she said something like, "Goody, goody, cum drops." She's like, "Oh, how did you like the money shot?" And I was like, "Oh, I love the money shot." And then the guy's like, "Yeah, you do love that money shot." But I'm the only one that got it, and they just, because of everything that went down, they're like, "Just don't put it on, so you can't see it." So if you happen to get to see it, you're lucky, because it will never see the light of day, either on a DVD or YouTube, ever. If you got to see it, you got to see something magical. Which is funny. Now, but imagine that. They have a lot of friends that go through the haunts. They know a lot of people. I'm the only one that got the Hidden Valley Ranch. Not Jessica, not my father, not the kids, not any other guest that went through all night. And mind you, we went through we went in about 12:30 in the morning. Again, I didn't get home till like almost 3 in the morning. It took us like an hour and 15 minutes again to go through it. And the funny thing is, people like, they look at it like, "Oh, I'd be pissed." Like, I was talking to other actors that work in haunts, and I told them about it. They're like, "Oh, I'd be pissed having," it was in my eyes. Well, because the way that FearTown's not trying to be like a McCanny Manor. Like, it's Extreme Fears, yes, they touch you, they grab you, they do things, but it's not to torture you. It's not to do certain things to you. It is, they want you to be part of the show. It's to kind of give you a little bit of fear. It's to kind of be entertaining, uncomfortable, funny, and they hit all the notes. But they just, because of the violent nature of how I got taken down and getting a jizz shot. Yeah, I got the money shot in the face with Hidden Valley Ranch, that they just asked me not to put it on there. They just said it's just against everything they're about. Like, it went a little bit above beyond what they do. This is like I could have really got hurt. I didn't, and I didn't bitch, and I didn't complain, and I wasn't like I wasn't like, "Oh, I'm offended." Like, I here's the thing: if anybody ever goes to this, like, if you've never gone, I'm the only one that gets that treatment, because I asked for it, and they like to toy with me. They know they can do it to me. You know what I mean? A lot of people are not going to say, hey, do your worst. Ha, 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 you can't get me. You know what I mean? Like, most people are just going to go, I'm just going to go through the experience and just do whatever and take it. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm like, bring it on, bitch, because you ain't got nothing. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, you know, matter of fact, I told a bunch of the actors, I'm like, hey, get my kid, get him good. What do you call it? Do whatever you want. I mean, they made him uncomfortable, because here's the uncomfortable thing about this. This year, they created an 18-plus room. If you didn't have an ID, I left mine in the car, but they know that I'm not a kid. They know. So, obviously, Jeremy doesn't have an ID. Alyssa doesn't have an ID. And Nicholas doesn't have an ID. Somehow Jeremy snuck in. I don't know how, what he did, but he snuck in. We'll leave it at that. So right now I'm going to play you the first clip. This is nothing, there's nothing sexual, well, sort of. There's no body parts to see, okay? This is going to be the first clip. It's hysterical. Now I got another version with Judy and Cliff and my brother. Was there anybody else with them? Because Alyssa and Nicholas didn't get to go in. They wouldn't let him in. I'm going to show you this clip, and then we're going to bring it back a little bit to tell you what this is. Hang on, let me pull up the clip. Now, you guys better be ready for this, because this is hysterical. It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds of pure laughter. Ready?
You are going to be the woman. You are going to be the mother. I know it might be a stretch, but you're going to read for the part of the man.
All right.
Yes. See,
the man. I can be the man.
I do now, because there's only 4 of you and you don't have a lot of friends, there's nobody for the audience.
Are you going to be the audience?
No. I'm going to lead this table reading. All right? Now, I know probably haven't done a professional table reading before. Pay attention. But I want you to talk nice and loud, okay?
Okay.
Only when it's your turn, though. All right.
I need some meat real bad.
Very good. Very convincing.
All right. I got some meat for you, baby. Welcome to my meat shop.
There's a lot of confidence there. I like that.
Oh, God, you have so much meat. And it feels so tender. I can't wait to get it in my mouth.
Can you just read that last line one
My
more time?
mouth.
Where is it going?
My mouth.
Okay, okay, mother?
While you're checking out,
can you read it in a high-pitched voice?
while you're checking out my son's meat, would you also like to taste my fish?
Ooh, my mouth is watering already.
Wow, getting your son's tender meat rub while I eat your fish. I'm in heaven.
All right, that's your big part. That's bark, not arr, arr, arr. Okay, that's
Dying dog.
yeah. You all right? Can I get your glass of water there? All right, next one. Man?
I think you're not a man, you're a dog. I think Stocky wants to eat some of your fish too.
All right. Okay, I'm going to stop you right here. I don't know why you think this is a porno. This is a commercial for Stop and Shop, the butcher department. But you're reading it like it's a porno, like you're a bunch of horny teenagers. I mean, you with the meat department, that's gross. And you with the bark, that is way too sensual for daytime television. So I'm going to say no to all of you and have you leave. What are you two doing? Out of here, in the corner. So, all you horny teenagers.
All right, so that was the scene in this 18-plus room. That's not the worst part of it. I can't show the worst part of it. I can tell you about the worst part of it, but I can't show you. I'll give you a little background story of this. There is a guy, I know the guy very well. He loves pinball. Matter of fact, when he was doing his thing, he's like, "Ooh, you got some pinballs for me to play?" there's this guy Brad. He has this character that's called Ellie Mae, and he's like dressed like a woman. He's got like big boobs and makeup on and stuff like that. And you know, even outside, like I didn't see it. They didn't turn it on, but I guess like what they do is they grab two of you. And they bring you in, and you're kind of like tied up looking, and the guy's rubbing his fake boobs all over your face and stuff. And then they take the other people to put them around, and they take two of you to reach in a hole and grab a rubber, you know, sex toy out and stuff, and a dildo. What to say, you know, it's made of dildo. But before, like, it was Jessica and I, and Jeremy and my dad. So. My dad was playing like he was a mentally disabled person the whole time, and it was hilarious. And the weird thing about all that is people really thought my father was really mentally handicapped. And the weird thing about that was even though they thought he was, they still mess with him. So that's kind of, I don't know. It's a weird situation. Anyway, so he's going... My dad and my son, they go in around, they make him reach in a hole, and they grab out the, you know, the thing. So then the guy, the character there, Ellie Mae, grabs them, and he starts going, and then Jessica got two on her head playing him like a drum, and it's funny. Now, I think it's going to pass the YouTube censors things because... what do you call it? Even though the video is on the Honapalooza channel as unlisted, so nobody can see it unless I share the link. Now, anytime I do something like that, anything that's wrong gets whacked right away. It doesn't matter if nobody's ever watched it, it's gonna hit like all these things like right away, like, you know, through the algorithm. It checks for everything. I don't know, and somehow these. I mean, there's no like actual sex acts in it. It's just weird. And it was cool, and you know but it made you could tell it made like Jeremy uncomfortable, especially getting whacked with a wiener in the head. I don't know. It was just weird and cool. There was other scenes, which this next one I'm gonna set up for you. They have a nursery, and I forgot. Yeah, the way and we had. Some people stole my dad, and he was like lost for a little bit. We got it all on cameras, which is awesome. So when he wasn't with us, he got taken away. The lady with a pencil on her head takes him. Then we go visit this guy. This guy's in the room. I get put in timeout. I get thrown in a closet, and then after that we go play with arts and crafts. So that's what this. Jay, you talking about the entire FearTown experience? The entire experience is probably going to be an hour and 30, hour and 45 minutes long. This next video clip is the longest clip at 3 minutes. So this one, I named it Finger Paint, and then you'll understand why. But it's hilarious. You're not going to want to miss this 3 minutes.
A straggler!
A stragula! I think you should go, probably knife. As you like.
Come on, you're in timeout.
Uh-oh, where do I go?
This is my...
In timeout. Goodbye.
Bye. Hey, I'm in timeout. Uh-oh. What? Okay. I think I can take a shit.
Are you gonna do it again?
Maybe, I don't know.
Get out of there!
It was fun though. That's the most peace and quiet I've had in a long time.
Time out!
Yeah, I'll go back at any time.
My prized possession is right here. She still thinks she's a dog. I don't know why, but I made a mistake on this one.
Oh, she's a dog? Well, hey, you can't win them all. Can't win them all.
Alright, are you guys ready for arts and crafts?
Hell yes!
If you got gloves on, I need you to take at least one off. Let's go, let's go.
Hey, pull that off.
Got it, boss.
Take one bubble.
Pull it up. Pull it. Pull it. Okay.
Come
I'm coming. My glove was not cooperating.
Oh my God, I hate it when that doesn't work. Come on. It's arts and crafts time.
Ooh, what do we get to make?
We're doing finger painting.
All right, I like finger
I
painting.
used to give them pencils and things, but it didn't work out so well.
Okay.
Hand through here, please.
Oh.
There we go. Come on, right around here for you. Yeah, hand for you. There you go. Hand in, and now, like, you know how to finger paint, right? All right, come on. All right, one more.
Now, how's the finger painting going?
It's going good.
Is everybody painting well? You know what we make our paint out of? Feces. Caca. Lots of boogers.
Is that what's on the table?
Yeah.
All right.
Last chick. The last girl that was in here, she sneezed all over.
You love seeing finger painting.
I'm rubbing it. You guys aren't doing it. You guys are faking the fun. If I'm doing it, they're not doing it right. They're not fake painting.
Hands right in.
Get it? She's not doing it.
Come on, right in there.
Yeah. You got, if I'm doing it, you're doing it.
There, yeah.
And then
That was fun.
Can I stay here all night and do this? This is fun. I like duty and boogers.
Yeah. Mix them in.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning,
I can smell it.
we're
I can smell it.
fresh duty, and we're
I'm gonna let you go.
But I was having fun.
Oh, it's always fun.
It is.
poop all over the table.
Again, Madame Boo.
I'm gonna poop and poop and poop, and I just love to poop.
I love the poop too. All right, so there was finger painting. I got there's two groups, so I got two groups of footage to go through with 5 cameras, and yeah, it was 25 degrees when we went through it. It was really cold. But I have to say, even though it was really cold, you're constantly moving, you're constantly doing things. By the time you're out, you're sweating, and you're covered in goop, and you're covered in crap, and you don't care. I always say this to everybody that goes, I tell everybody this, I said, they can't kill you and they're not going to hurt you. I mean, that's the whole fear. It's the whole mind game. It's the whole mind trick, right? So, the whole thing is, if you just go with it and just have fun and play along, I guarantee you'll have the best time. I know people get scared and they're like, this isn't scary to me. You know what I mean? Like, none of this is scary at all. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's not. I mean, maybe to some, because I know like Jay gets kind of scared a little bit. Jay Kite gets a little scared with the haunts. It might be a little bit too much for him. I mean, everybody that went there, the only one that was really nervous was Nicholas. Nicholas is 12 or 13. I forgot how old he is. For him, he was a little nervous, but when he left, you saw, he said he had a great time. He had fun. He missed out in the 18+ room. And let me tell you, I listened to the footage of his mom and dad doing that Stop and Shop commercial. Let's just say it's hilarious. They, like, if you were Jessica going, oh, you're me, I want you, like, Nicholas's parents were hilarious. They're like, oh, you're me, like, it was funny. So, but again, and we got one more clip. I mean, I could have went all night giving clips for this, but I didn't want to give it all away. These are just, like, the clips I'm showing you are not the worst thing. There's way more worse and crazier stuff going on than I'm showing you. I just wanted to give you guys a little taste of what's going on. You know what, Jay? You get over it or you enjoy it at your own pace. There's no shame in your game if you're scared. Remember that. There's no shame in it. Just for me, I'm not. I know where people are hiding. I know what people are doing. You know what I mean? I paid attention so much over the years. I know every nook and cranny where somebody's supposed to be. I know how things are supposed to go. You don't know that. You don't go to haunted houses. That's not your thing. So how would you know anything? And you know what? Sometimes I wish I was scared like you. Imagine if I was scared and frightened and nervous. Oh, extreme is way different than the regular experience. Because the 18+ room was called Club 69. I think during regular it was called like Club 666 or something. And it was still a movie theme, but for FearTown, it was you were getting dildos smacked on you and all this other stuff. And that scene where we were enacting a table read and we thought it was a porno and it was a Stop and Shop commercial. But this one, they throw you, they like within the first 5 minutes. And I didn't recognize the guy. It was the Giggles the Clown guy, but he wasn't dressed as a clown. He was a different character. He barrels through like this wall that the door comes down on so he can come in and out of. And first thing he do is he jumps down. He sees like he literally like grabs Jessica and like yanks her across the room and throws her through a door. They don't do that during regular. They don't lay a finger on you during regular. It's totally different. They also make different paths a little bit different. Because they also added in where Witch Hunt was also added into it. So you get a little bit of the Witch Hunt experience to it, which was a little bit different because Jessica got put in a coffin. My father got put in a guillotine. Jessica got put in a body bag. And we got to watch a witch hang and all this other stuff. And there was just all this like crazy stuff. I got put in a car and I got molested by a chainsaw. We had to quack like ducks and oink like pigs. We had rice and dirt and sawdust, and I had ranch dressing all over me. Hang on, let me see if I can find... I don't know how many of you saw the picture. I know I downloaded it. Give me a second here. I don't know where I put it. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I gotta think about this for a second. Oh, wait. I don't have the aftermath photo, but I do got the funny photos that I can, I'll put, you know what I'll do? I'll give you one photo. That's it. You're getting one photo of, the special thing. Hang on. It's only going to be up for like 30 seconds. Then I got to take it off. So be prepared. As soon as I click this audio button so I can talk, you're going to see it. I'm only going to put it on real quick. So if you want to see it quick, it's going to be there and gone in a matter of a second. This is one picture. There you go. There's one picture of the ranch attack. That's what you get. Okay, that's all you got. It was there, and now it's gone. You know what I mean? Like, there's a big difference. Like, they have an asylum room in the haunt, and it was there for regular, and it was there for extreme. But in extreme, they were taking people and putting them on stretchers and wheeling them and throwing people into walls on the stretchers. They had people like the fake. What are those things to shock you? Like if you're dying, they're trying to bring you back to life. They were doing that and putting it on people and just pretending. It was insane. Like I felt like I was like in an insane asylum that went nuts. The next scene that I'm going to show, which is the final scene that I'm going to show, this was like a slaughterhouse area with some pigs. This wasn't the Bacon Brothers area, but you will see them taking whatever they have that tastes like crap or whatever they put on your face. I think it's like chapstick and fake blood and something that has a taste to it, because they were I don't know if it's in this part of it. This clip's only 1 minute and 18 seconds, but you can see it wiping it on our face. But the best thing is you get to see Nicholas's dad, Nicholas that was in this chat. They make him get on his knees, meow like a cat, and crawl and meow like a cat. So here's this one.
Meanie, miny, mo.
Yes.
See you later. Bye, Felicia.
Oh, what the fuck is that? Oh my god.
I can only imagine.
What happened? What did you do?
I don't know.
Hello, YouTube. Let's give on YouTube.
your knees.
Oh,
Get on your knees.
my knees.
Meow for me.
Hey, it's a good look for you on your knees. What? It's a good look for you. Oh, yeah.
Meow for me.
Meow.
Louder, pussy.
Meow.
Louder.
Meow.
Now crawl.
Meow.
Crawl.
What? Crawl.
Crawl. Did I say you could stop meowing?
Meow.
This way.
Go that way, Cliff. All right, so that was, well, you saw Jeremy get taken. He got brought somewhere else. I don't know where the hell he was. And then we got this crap put on our face. And then you saw Nicholas. He's the one that said, oh, is this going to be on YouTube? You saw him real quick. And then his dad was on the ground meowing like a cat and had him, and crawling. So, I mean, if you get the idea, and then once I come back from IAAPA, then I'm going to be hardcore editing the hell out of this. You guys can watch it however we decide to release it. And let me tell you something. It's definitely a good experience. See, here's the thing, Jay. You think you can't handle that? You can. And I'm going to tell you how you can handle it. There's two ways you can handle it. One, Jessica is the biggest, wimpiest person on the planet. Way more scared than you ever could be, Jay. Trust me when I tell you this. She, freaks. You know what I mean? And she doesn't even get scared. She just goes through it. She has fun. Yeah, that's Nicholas. And, I know that'd be funny if it's only released on DVD. That would be funny. I mean, it depends if there's a market for it. You know what I mean? Because, FearTown has their merch game down on lock. There's always people lined up. And they're always pimping their stuff out. They got awesome stuff. They had pillows of characters. I had the Giggles the Clown. I got the Mechanic Lady. And then I got the, there's one pillow. And they're really comfortable pillows. And they were only $16 a piece. But it had a whole bunch of characters on it. And I kept making the joke to him saying, oh, now I can have sleepovers with my FearTown friends every night. Because I have all three of them on my bed. And, but the experience of it all is, it's the only haunt that I've ever been, and I've been to a lot of haunts, a lot. Yeah, see, you can make jokes through it. Here's the thing. I'll tell you. I didn't get the video ready to put here, but in the beginning of the haunt when we went through, Jess and I got yanked right away from everybody. Yanked right away. And I remember this chick from last year. She was in the mechanic room, and I was in the car with her, and she was wiping fake blood all over me and all this other stuff. I remember her from last year. And so she puts me in this car that's just out there. There's no garage scene this year. She's dragging me along. She's like, God, you're so slow. And I was like, oh, I can't help it. I'm so fat. She's like, you work slower than my grandmother. My grandmother's dead. And I'm like, oh, can't help it. I'm making jokes. And I was talking to some of the actors. They don't mind if you joke around or kind of feed off of what they're saying. If you ever go through a haunt and they go, hey, so-and-so is after me. They're freaking out. And then if you go, who is it? You're putting yourself inside with them. They love that kind of. Don't be a jerk and be like, you're a bitch. And no, don't go that. You can make some kind of jokes. If you play along with them, they love it. They play into it and they keep playing more jokes on you. It takes the edge away from everybody. You know what I mean? It knows the actor that you're willing to play, that they can play with you. Because think about this. If they can't hurt you, and they're not going to hurt you. At an extreme fears, if you go to Mechanic Man, you're gonna have your teeth ripped out and nails ripped out and all that other stuff. Here, it's just they're supposed to make you feel uncomfortable kind of scared. They're making you laugh and they're entertaining you. That's what they're all about. So there's gonna be some horror too. Like I'm in the car and this is like this creepy dude like crawling up on the hood and whatever. He don't do nothing, and all of a sudden while I'm looking at him, a chainsaw comes through the window, and there's no blade on it, but they're rubbing it all over against my junk, my belly, my arms, my head. You're not gonna get hurt. You know what I mean? But I played along. I'm screaming and all that other stuff. You know, I'm playing along. It gets the actors amped. It gets you amped. And, I mean, it takes time to kind of what I call perfect doing that kind of thing, like joking around with them and playing along with them. Because if you do that, like I said, actors love it. Even the actors, they love it. Because most people, like, run scared or they start yelling and swearing at people or punching people. You know, when you go through this, you know, it's like I told Jason in Paradise, I'm like, dude, you need to come up and do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to come up specifically for this and roll with us. I said, you're going to get an experience that nobody else is going to get. That's why everybody wants to roll up, but we can't have like 50 people with us. You know what I mean? Because like next year, I don't think we're taking the kids. I'm not saying that they're not invited, but, you know, we might just leave them home and like change the core group of people up. We don't want every video to be all the same people. Like last year, my father was barely in it. This year, he's in a lot of it. You know, I'm always in it. Jessica's always in it. Well, Jessica wasn't in it much last year because she was gone. I mean, I think she had a camera on. Yeah, you need to see if when you come for extreme fairs, depending upon how it falls, most of the haunts are closed, but there's still awesome haunts opened. Like, once Halloween's done, like 13th World is done. Most of them are done. But like Spooky World, Ravenwood, FearTown, you can get a bunch of haunts up here. Like Ravenwood was really good. Ravenwood really, 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 really good. You know, I love FearTown. It's one of my favorite places to go. It's where like later on next year, I'll get the the schedule will go up for 2020. I don't think it's up right now because I know like they might be just finished ripping it all down because they have to rip that down completely. They can't leave anything up in the off season. It has to all come down. Let's see, just for giggles. Oh yeah, it just says see you in 20. See you in 2020. So there's no right now. There's no 2020 dates up yet. So yeah. So, but like based off of the calendar they had this year, regular haunt ended on November 3rd, and then the 8th and the 9th was Extreme Fairs, which that's the latest it's ever been. It's usually like Halloween but next year Halloween's on a Saturday, so it's probably going to be around, you know what I mean, like around that, you know, the weekend after is when it's going to be. But anybody that comes is that we bring with us. Yeah, I think Fright Haven in Connecticut is what do you call it? Open this weekend, like a lights out kind of touch experience. Yeah, I had some crappy cameras. I still use those. I had 2 awesome cameras, and then I used 3 of the cameras from last year. But I mean, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be flawless or anything like that. But it's and the weird thing is, which is funny, my camera that I had. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a bunch of stuff. Well, that's part of the reason why this room's getting done. Because of that. We're gonna be doing a podcast, but it's not just me. We're actually doing a legit podcast with myself, Jess, Danielle, and Jimmy, and we're gonna have guests on every podcast. At first, they're gonna be recorded until people want to watch it live. At first, as we do, I mean, we have one episode that we did in January, I think. Oh yeah, without night vision, yeah, because Jeremy had one on, Cliff had one on, my dad had one on, and my brother and I had the handhelds. But my camera shut off like 3 times on me. I mean, I caught on quick and got it back on. Well, one time I didn't know during the 18 plus room, but I was able to salvage enough footage to be able to it's not a lot, but there's enough footage to be like, just to kind of get the idea in the dildo room, as I call it, which is fine. We don't want to go crazy. I mean, if I could have shown the whole thing, I would, but I think it kind of leaves the mystique, and it kind of keeps me out of the foray of you're gonna get whacked, and YouTube's gonna be like, yeah, you ain't putting this on YouTube. And when I was getting the ranch attack, my father thought it would be a good idea to fake fall, because I went down, so he was like, oh, and he just threw himself on the ground. And so when he went down, he bumped my camera. It closed the screen door on it, that has the screen, and it shut the camera off. And then I was struggling, and like after the ranch attack, before, like when I was standing up, I got it back on. But I got footage of it because my brother had the camera like almost in my face. I had different angles between my dad and Jeremy and Cliff. So I had, I had other things. And FearTown is not affiliated with the Speedway. It's just behind the Speedway. They lease that land from the Speedway. That I know of, anyway. So that's their home for the time being, you know what I mean, for FearTown and all that good stuff. So, yeah, like I said, it was a hell of a time. I mean, there's so much I haven't even told you guys, and so many cool things that you are gonna see when it comes out. Now, keep in mind, like I said, my father pretended to be mentally ill. Well, is the nicest way, because you can't say other words because people get offended because you say them. And it played out well, and he kind of just played this outgoing, weird character. And it was awesome. Like, he gets caught trying to leave a room, and the lady's messing with him with a metal baseball bat. And she's like, I told you, and swearing at him, and like, not to move, da da da. And then she turns and moves, and then all of a sudden, he's gone. And then he's like, I think I got away. And then he bumps into other people. He's screaming, and he's running, and he's going crazy in circles and running around, and people are grabbing him. And like, he just went balls to the wall. Nobody told him to do it. He just did it. That's a 74-year-old man that just running around like the rest of us, like 2-year-olds, and it was awesome. It just became the dad show. That's what it became, which is funny. Which by all means is funny, because it's gonna have everybody in it. And yeah, and the funny thing is, because he's got the big beard and he looks like Santa Claus, so they kept messing with him as Santa Claus. Because like before you go in, they check you. You get a wristband for going in the 18+ room, and I don't know. I don't want to say it all because I just want you guys to see it because it's hilarious. There's something to do with drugs and more dildos and wanting to sit on Santa's lap and all kinds of stuff. It was crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, I just look. Oh yeah, and the Bacon Brothers scene was crazy. Just wait. I'm not gonna tell no more. Just wait till you see all the stuff, how it unfolds. Because the version that Jason is, I don't know if he's watched it or not, but the version that he's seen is not going to be what's released, not even close. It's a mess. It's not even really edited. The audio's all messed up. And, it's see, when you film in night vision, depending upon the camera, you get colors of green, blue, or pink. I'm glad you appreciate it. You know what I mean? It's like, I know a lot of people that watch this don't want to hear about the haunted house stuff all the time. They want the theme park stuff. But I'm sorry to those that are watching. They're like, can you just shut the hell up about FearTown? I'm so sick of it. And I shouldn't even have to apologize because I really don't care what you think. It's something that I love and passionate about. And for those that like that kind of stuff, cool. If you don't, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't mad at you. And I hope you ain't mad at me if you're sick of hearing it. But, you know, now it's going to go away. Now you're going to hear about Florida and IAAPA coming up next week and Christmas stuff. And then whatever else happens through the off season. You know, so it is what it is. But like I said, well, I know you're here. I mean, I know a lot of you guys love it. But there's some people that, I don't care. Well, you know what? You know? Yeah. You know? Can't please everybody. But like I said, it's going to be great memories. And like, I have that one version that has the ranch attack in it. And it's pretty funny. You know? But it's a really good time. And the best part is they change it every year. It's not the same. Because when you... I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you've watched it or not, Jason, but if you go and watch this year's and then go back and watch last year's or watch last year's and then this year, totally different. Like, it's not even the same. Oh, that's cool. You're at Dollywood, man. Hey, I don't blame you for being late. Yeah, you missed the stories. Well, after this is over later, go back and watch. We put scenes. I told the story about the ranch. You know what? You know what? Just for Smoky Mountain Hiker, because this dude's a cool dude. I love this guy. I'm just going to tell the ranch attack story again just for him. If you guys want to listen to it, cool. If not, get a drink or a snack or fart or something. I don't know. But just so you know, Smoky Mountain, the story about the ranch attack, I don't know if you remember from last week and the week before, I was talking about the actors were toying with me, messing with me, telling me about Hidden Valley Ranch. Oh yeah, I'll get to that in a second because there's some cool stories that came out after when the haunt was over, when we got out. So we went. There was this room in the area. You didn't get the link, Jason? What? I'll have to do it after the show. I know. I thought I could have swore I sent that to you. Hang on, let me look. Because I could have swore I sent that to you. Hang on, let me look. Hang on. I'm looking in the chat because I could have swore I sent that to you. Oh yeah, it's there. If you go back to Monday at 12:57 p.m. You put, it was after the pictures. After the pictures I sent you, you put laughing tear faces. You put Jesus Christ after the pictures because they were messed up. Right underneath it is the link to it. Because I was like, oh, I said, hey, don't share this. And you said, I won't share it. LOL, I won't. And then it's there. If you look in the Twitter chat, it's there. I was just reading that thing. Really? Well, once the show's over, I'll send it to you. Yeah, we did. But anyway, so there was an area that was themed to Hansel and Gretel. So I'm sure you know the story. You know, the witch takes the kids, Hansel and Gretel, puts them in the oven to eat them, whatever, the rest of the story, whatever. So what they do is the oven is like inside this giant cupcake with a cherry on top. And inside is like, you know, a pathway to get into the oven. So when they open the door of the oven, you're supposed to go in. I don't know what's supposed to regularly happen during extreme phases because this experience, because we were the last group. We were literally the last group that went in. Nobody went in after us. We were it. They had us do that because of filming. So I don't know what happens normally for extreme fairs when you go in this room. I don't know. And remember, I told you they were toying with me. So there was this guy and then this lady in there, And the lady opens the oven. You're supposed to go. She goes, "Oh, get inside. It's time to get baked." She's got this awesome raspy voice. I love this lady. She's awesome. And there was this guy. But when I was watching the footage of Jeremy, because he was up against the wall and he was looking at the door that opens when people come in. You see Jessica, you see Cliff, you see Judy, you see Nicholas, you see everybody coming through the door. And then I say something like, "Oh shit, I'm fucked," or something. I say something and the dude's like, "Oh yeah, you are." He grabs me like this, takes me, throws me against the wall, throws me on the floor. And then I'm like getting UFC like in a chokehold and he's holding against me and all this other stuff. And the lady grabs the bottle of Hidden Valley. They saved it. They kept it in that room all night for me for when I went through. I can't believe that. I'm actually flattered. Jessica laughed. She's like, "Oh, he loves this story," because I haven't shut up about it. Anybody that's willing to listen, I'll tell the story to. It's kind of funny. I know. It's a highlight of my life. I don't have, like, my life. I thrive on that kind of stuff. I love getting that kind of attention like that. I can't help it. I mean, if you could get it, I think you would like it too, guys. But I got it. So I enjoyed it. Anyway, so she takes the Hidden Valley Ranch dressing bottle, takes the cap off, strokes it like she's, whacking off, and I get a money shot in the face. And then I showed, I'll because you didn't see it, I'll show it to you again. So if you guys want to see the money shot again, it's going to be up real quick. Here's the money shot. You can see the money shot. There it is. It's going on my face like that. Got in my eye. It was all ooey gooey. Actually, when I left, my eye was like still sticky and blurry. My right eye all the way home. I had in the video. I cut my hand like that, cup it, and I go like that, and I'm like, pfft. And then the guy that's holding me down is like rubbing dirt and sawdust, and he dumped like a bucket of rice on my head and stuff. Like, it was crazy. It was just crazy, like all the crazy stuff. Yeah, I live a quiet life. That's. Oh yeah, and then I was telling him about the dildo room and all that other stuff. But you can rewind it and watch that, because there's footage of it was doing a table reading and it sounded like a porno, but it was really a commercial for Stop and Shop thing. It's hilarious. It's worth the watch. But you know what it is? Being like a VIP at this haunt, it's because when you find like-minded people that love haunts, and you can sit there and literally talk all day, all night, for weeks and days or whatever about something that you're all passionate about. It's like when we all talk about coasters. We can sit here all day, all night, and talk about it, right? We get hooked on a subject and we go. I'm motor mouth. I go and I go and I go, and we all go. Me and the owner Mike, we hit it off. Like, I hit him up after the first time we went through Extreme Fears back in, what was that, 2017? After that, I emailed the haunt, and I'm like, "Dude, we need to meet. I do this thing, SFNEOnline, da-da-da-da-da." And he's like, "All right, come down." And then I went down there, and we talked for like an hour or two or something like that. And we hit it off. And then like a couple days later, we were both taking off to go to IAAPA. We were both on the same plane going down. It was funny. And then, last year, I asked him if I could film it. And I mean, I had a great time. I know, I really don't want to get slapped in the face with a dildo, but like I was telling everybody earlier, there's a couple things you can do. You can either fight it and have a miserable time, right? You're going there to get scared and messed with. So why are you going to fight it? You embrace it, whatever it is. I ate 2 of them mealworms. I had to kiss a cockroach. Most people are like, "No, I can't. I'm going to puke." It ain't going to kill you to kiss the roach, and it ain't going to kill you to eat the worms. Just saying. Just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, and getting hit in the head with a dildo or whatever. Like, it's a crazy place. It's not McCanny Manor when you're losing your teeth and getting cut and bleeding and dying and whatever. It's an experience to make you feel uncomfortable, to make you laugh, to make you scared, and that's what it is. And to answer your question about hanging out with actors after, because we were the last ones out, as we swept through, basically, like, went through the scenes, now the actors are done. You know what I mean? Like, they're going, getting cleaned up and whatever. And so after everybody's going through their scenes and you bump into people when they're all done, then, they're out there and you're talking to them. one guy, the guy that was like rubbing the chainsaw all over me, evidently. And then after we were talking, it rang a bell, and I'm like, oh yeah, we knew each other from years ago when I was doing the Dr. Giggles thing, and I was hanging out with Wolfpack, the guy from the Bloodhound Gang. And the guy, I found out, he told me that the guy that held me down while I was getting ranch attacked, he was there too. And I'm like, that dude looks familiar. Now I know why the dude looks familiar. Because of my past with doing the Dr. Giggles thing, hanging out with Wolfpack, helping them out. You know, so it was just cool to see, and kind of like everything comes back full circle. Like, even though I hadn't seen them in years, we all remembered each other. Like, I forgot what the hell brought it up, and then Wolfpack came like, oh yeah, I used to hang out with them, da, 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 da. Like, that's why you look familiar. And then he's like, oh, you know, this guy, I'm like, oh yeah, he looks familiar. You know, we're talking online and all that, so it's kind of funny, you know. So you know, when you got people like that, when you get to talk to people like that, and you get to know people like that, and you enjoy these industries and stuff, you have a great time, and you enjoy each other's companies. I mean, when I did the YouTube premiere of we did it this year, but of last year's version, the owner came up, a couple of the actors came up, and we had, you know, we were there hanging out, and everybody had a ball. We were playing pinball after. We did the interview with Giggles the Clown after. And I plan on doing that. I mean, I will tell you guys something. I mean, it's going to be out in the open. I don't know when it's going to start, but it'll be off season. That with the Haunapalooza stuff and trying to make and using the Haunapalooza podcast channel, we're going to start doing like FX makeup, you know, effect makeup, you know, like putting the stuff on and doing makeup for actors and stuff. And one of the actors from FearTown's like, oh, when you do this, I'm down. Let me know. She was like, I will gladly be part of it. You know, actors and haunt owners and stuff. We told them what we're doing with this room, because once I sell off 3 pinball machines over there, then they all go in the other room. Because I got to sell their scattered throughout. I got to sell 3. Then they all go. They'll all be in one room over there with this wall coming down. So I can have an area for SFNEOnline, an area for here, but I can open it up. And this room here is going to look like a haunted house. It's going to look like a Munsters kind of Addams Family old creepy vibe to it. And we're trying to build like a coffin as a, what do you call it? A podcasting table. And do all that, and we're just gonna rock that, and then we're gonna figure out what to do over there with the other stuff. It's just gonna be a crazy space that can utilize both YouTube channels, so everybody gets what they want. But it's just cool, like all the, I don't know if anybody saw, but we did. Speaking of makeup, do they still do the monster makeup show on? I don't know, but I've watched it, I think, a year or 2 ago, and it was awesome. The Monster Makeup Show, that thing was awesome on Sci-Fi Channel. It really was. I don't know if they do. I'll have to find out to see if they still do it. They might not. I don't know. I don't remember the Puppeteer one when they had the... I don't know, whoever won was going to get a job with the Henson Company. They only did like 1 season of it. Oh, yeah, that was another thing I forgot to mention. Planet Coaster is coming to consoles. I don't know how I feel about that, though, playing Planet Coaster on the consoles, because every time they take something that was meant for the PC and put it on a console, it sucks. The Sims, Roller Coaster Tycoon, they all sucked. Oh, yeah, Face Off. Hey, I don't know if they do that anymore. Face Off was awesome. But, yeah, so everything's moving in a weird direction. Jimmy and Jess and Danielle, while I'm gone, are gonna measure this, because I'm gonna put like this creepy Victorian wallpaper up. We're building a fake fireplace. We're gonna decorate it all creepy, coffin table. We're gonna have all kinds of special lighting in here. And the funny thing is, I'm trying to figure out when I still use this for this, like, how to set it up to live stream from it. Do I sit at the coffin table and do it, or do I just kind of, because all this stuff's gonna go inside the closet for now until we're ready to rip it out. So the screen, the TV, and the desk is gonna go in there. So I don't know. I don't know what to do, because you're gonna see creepy stuff in here. I mean, it's not gonna be ooh you know. It's not gonna be that, but I don't know. I got time, but I told him while I'm going down IAAPA to do that. I mean, I hope it's good on there. I don't know how good it's gonna be, and I don't know how they're gonna do the mechanics. You know, I don't know how that's gonna be. And I know that I'm working on getting a Transworld hopefully this year. Well, in March. For those that don't know what Transworld is basically like IAAPA only for the haunted house industry, and that's like the craziest place to go. So I'm hoping that the lady that had a booth at Transworld at IAAPA last year is there this year, so I can talk to her, so I can get in there. Because she's like, oh, just sign up, whatever, we'll get you in. So I'm hoping that... but if not, I've had multiple haunt owners saying, hey, I'll get you in. So... we'll see what happens. Like, if they don't let you in, we'll get you in. They told me I was crazy for not going to Transworld. I just have to make sure I leave the what do you call it? The credit cards at home or something. Because if I don't, I'm gonna go broke. Oh yeah, what I want to do. Now that we've gone through FearTown and we did all that good stuff, I am looking... oh, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Where is it? Where is it? Don't they... hang on, I'm looking... oh, here we go. Floor map of IAAPA. This is where you guys come in. All right, so what we want to do is go through certain... we've gone over the media list, and everybody knows when all the stuff's going, and I'm going to be hitting up a lot of the announcements. But I'm talking about the stuff that's not on the announcements. Food trucks? I don't remember there being food trucks. Oh, yeah, I do. I know what they're talking about. Now, for those that don't know, they have outdoor stuff. Is that what the name of the company is? If anybody's looking at the floor plan, and if you didn't, you should look. We look where the outside is, near the inflatables and stuff. There's the other tent they started using last year. It's booth E7013. The name of the company is called Big Ass Fans. That's the name of the company, which is funny. Wait, what's this? Is this the... okay. No, Transworld is in St. Louis, so I'm gonna be the first time, and I know the building. Yeah, I've heard of the Netherworld, and I gotta get out there. I've heard of the Netherworld. Everybody keeps talking about that, and they say it's awesome, but I haven't. So first, I'm gonna attack Transworld, and then and see what happens there. So yeah, there's a place called Big Ass Fans. I wasn't a huge fan last year of those. Here's the problem that I have with a lot of the stuff at IAAPA. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip it. I don't need to play with the inflatables, so I don't have to worry about that. So anything to do with inflatables. Oh, listen, wasn't it the SBF Visa Group with that new ride that rotates or whatever? This is probably, you could probably ride the ride outside. I would go outside for that, to try that ride out. But a lot of the stuff is, what? Wow, Bob's Space Races is outside this year. That's weird. They're usually inside. So I'm not going to worry about inflatables this year. You guys, Who cares about inflatables? I don't know if you guys care about inflatable things, but I don't. And I'm skipping anything to do with VR. I just don't care. No offense to the VR people. Everybody knows I hate it. You're not going to get any VR out of me. I'm just trying to see where I am. What is all this? Oh, is this where all the games are? Yeah. Let's see if I find the Stern Pinball booth. Chicago Gaming. Okay. I'd be surprised if Stern wasn't here. I'm just looking. I don't see it. But it doesn't mean it's not there. Well, that's weird. I don't even see Jersey Jack. Oh, there he is. Jersey Jack. He's in a different spot. Boy, they're moving these dudes all around everywhere. I don't see Stern. Unless I'm blind, but I don't see it. You can get some Perky's pizza. Yeah, I don't see... Unless they moved him to a different place. I'm just looking. I guess no Stern this year? Wow. Oh, wait. American Pinball. All right, cool. Oh, they make a Houdini. They make Oktoberfest. That's cool. Chicago Gaming. Wow, no Stern Pinball this year. Wow. Oh, no, there it is. I found it. Okay, I found them. They were just in a weird spot. Anyway, so I'll be checking out those things. There's SNS has a big booth. Bob's Space Races has a big space. They're the ones that make like the shoot water. You know, they make the games for the midways and stuff like that. Well, that's cool. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm not gonna focus. Yeah, well, we'll see the. I mean, at IAAPA they have some huge animatronics and stuff of certain thing, not haunted stuff. There's not a lot of haunted stuff that I notice at IAAPA. There's not a lot. There's a couple things, nothing huge. I see Philadelphia Toboggan Coasters. They usually have the same spot. I gotta look for the aisle so I know to skip for you-know-who coaster group that I'm still part of and wish I wasn't. I don't know where the hell they are. I'll have to look so I know to skip it. I don't want to walk by it. It's like cooties. I'm just looking to see if any... Alright, so I found where... Okay, so Sally Dock Rides and Mock are right next to each other. And so isn't Great Coasters International. I want to see if RMC kind of... I'm trying to find RMC. They move around a lot. Because a lot of times RMC has this tiny booth, which is kind of weird. Right, Engineers, Sandy Creek Mining Company, Fun Spot. I don't know what that is. I'm just like looking at the floor map for IAAPA to see all the companies. But if you guys tell me certain companies you want me to go check out, I'll gladly go get some footage and and some pictures and stuff, because I want to go to RMC for when they do the when they show off Gwazi's train. There's Dynamic Attractions, Tryotech, Whitewater. What else they got? Yeah, I'm trying to like envision like where all this crap is in my head, like when I'm there. All right, what's this? Oh, so this is the video. Okay, so this is the video game area. Zamparella is like right off the bat. A lot of times Zamparella has rides on the show floor. All right, so RMC could be over here maybe. I see Gerschlauer. All right, that's outside. So B&M should be over here somewhere because that's usually where they always are. No, they're not in that spot. Oh, wait, no, that's food and beverage. Okay. So there must be... B&M should be around here somewhere. I'm trying to find, like... I think we're getting into... Yeah, this is all that VR garbage. I know B&M's here. I just gotta find it. I'm trying to see what entrance they're by so I can remember. I didn't see RMC. Oh, even the words Rocky Mountain. I know they're there. I just gotta find it. I'm just trying to find. I saw Daniel Woodland, DWL Studios. Where the hell is? There's the Weber Group. I definitely have to write down tomorrow before I. Oh, it's Monday or whatever. Like the booth numbers of where I want to be. I'm trying to figure out where the hell. I don't know where the hell anything is. I'm looking at. If you could see, I mean, you can see my face, but you can't see what I'm looking at, and you're probably going, "What the hell?" Actually, you know what I can do? Oh wait, let me see something quick. Hey, see you later, Jay. Yeah, like I said, we'll definitely, yeah, like I said, remember, there's no Grove show next week, obviously, but I'll be definitely, I know I'll be on Facebook a lot, like doing the Christmas parade at Disney, you know, Mickey's Christmas parade and stuff like that. I'll be doing. Yeah, no, I don't know where the hell. I'm like going around in circles on this thing. I need to kind of reel it in a little bit. Oh, wait, you know what? Hang on. I can fix this problem and find out in 2 seconds. Where is my email? When in doubt. Go to your, well, I got we went over this, like, I don't know, a few weeks ago. The media schedule. There it is. And it tells you all the booth numbers. So booth 4006, wherever the hell that is. Oh, so it's over here somewhere. All right, so it's up here. Where the hell is it? 4006, 4006. Where the hell are you? Oh. Found it. It's not, oh, it's probably one of their bigger booths, but it's closer to SBF and Maurer. It's probably, you know, it's closer there. So that's what time is that at? That's 10:20 to 10:45 a.m. is when they're gonna unveil the train for Gwazi. If you go to Mora Rides, that's over near there, you can see the Carnival Cruise Line coaster car. The ETF ride system for Legoland New York is at booth 5140. Great Coasters International. Oh, they're going to unveil the car for SeaWorld San Antonio at Great Coasters International. Zamparella, they're going to talk about 2 new roller coaster ride vehicles, announce brand new rides, so I could check that out. 115 to 140 is Triotech. 150 to 215 is Premier Rides. They'll probably show off the car probably for that. And then whatever else I miss, I can get up on the Wednesday. So there's quite a bit. There is quite a bit. I mean, right now it seems like Six Flags and SNS has a pretty decent working relationship going right now. So that new concept, I wouldn't be surprised though if Six Flags buys into that in a year or two. I would not be surprised at all whatsoever if they did that. It's just something that I feel like they would be doing. Like, if they didn't do it, I'd be surprised. It's like, so the thing that I'm liking is that the companies are being, innovative. Even though Skyline Attractions has been putting out some bum attractions, so to speak, because they have problems. You figure it out. And it's still trying. I'm not going to knock it. I just hope that they can fix their problems. That's all. And just make it better. We need innovation. We need new things. And we'll see what happens in the future. Because right now, the future looks pretty good with innovation. It's not coming out as fast as I like, but I guess that's okay. I'm intrigued. I'll say that I am intrigued about this new SNS coaster. One thing that I hope RMC does is they innovate their products because they're becoming like B&M, so to speak. Like, they do some different things, but it's all becoming the same. That seems to be the major complaint with people with RMC. It's like, oh, well, it does this and then everything else is the same. Oh, it does this and then everything else is the same. So maybe they can use their trains or make some new technology, some new coaster styles. See what happens. I think in the long run it'd be all right. But that's just me. I don't know. I guess. Ha! That's funny. That I just saw on there. That's funny. On Twitter. I just happened to pull it up for a joke just to see what was going on there. But, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to get out of here. So, but before I do that, though, I'm going to give you the schedule of places that I'm going to be. So if there's things you want to see, like, walkthroughs of certain parks or something, I will let you know. But tentatively right now, well, I know for sure Sunday, we're doing Hollywood Studios. Monday, Animal Kingdom. Tuesday, I'm going to be at IAAPA during the day. At night, I'm going to be at Mickey's, Mickey's Christmas Party. Wednesday, I'm going to be at IAAPA, and then I'm going to, at some point, take off, probably go to Epcot or something like that. If I do that, then I hit every park on this trip. That's kind of cool. I just thought about that. That's cool. Thursday, IAAPA, tentatively, maybe. Depends on how much coverage I've picked up and done and took pictures of. And then most likely going to do like a park or Disney Springs or something. I'm going to fit Disney Springs and whatever somewhere along the way. I don't know where yet, but I will. I have to go. You know what I mean? So if there's things that you want to see at these places, you'll know that I'm there. If you want to see it, like in video, me go live on Facebook or Twitter or something, you see me post something, make sure you hit me up and be like, hey, dude, check this thing out for me, and I want to see it. I probably am not going to do like live videos inside IAAPA because they're very strict with photo and video taken as it is, and I really don't want to get bagged for doing live videos. Like, I know I can do a live video of an announcement, but half the times, by the time I get to the... Yeah, but are they gonna... Yeah, but when is that coaster opening though, Jason? Because I haven't heard nothing. I don't even know if it's testing. I don't even know when that ride's open. I hope that there's a new credited fun spot when I'm there, but I don't think it's gonna be open when I'm there. Nor is the Funhouse. I just got these feelings like they're not going to be open. Because, like, I'm going to go to Fun Spot Saturday, like, when we get there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go to Orlando on Saturday. We land at, like, 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm not even going to bother going to Kissimmee on a Saturday. After what I went through the last time I was down, I wouldn't get in there. I'm going to go there Monday night. After Animal Kingdom. That'll probably be better. Yeah, I'm gonna write all these things down. In fact, I got my piece of paper right here. So, like I said, don't be afraid to shout out things you want to see. Thursday night is the special park night for IAAPA. That's at Islands of Adventure, and you get whatever restaurants, food that they have in those areas. You get Jurassic Park ride. You get Harry Potter area, so you probably get Hagrid's, the castle, Hip Hop Griffin, whatever the hell he is. He's a hip hop fucking thing. And then you get Skull Island, all on what do you call it? Like an exclusive ride time on Thursday night. It was $169. It's like a 3 or 4 hour event. But you get food, you get ERT. I'm hoping that Hagrid's is working because it's like my chance to ride Hagrid's. So that's what I spent all that money so I could go to Hagrid's. So you're saying reaction, video to preview center. You talking about an Epcot, Lindsay, for the preview center? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I'm not sure exactly where the thing is. Preview center, and then do food review. Disney Springs. Yeah, I haven't been. When I was at Disney Springs. I got to make up for it from the last time. Because if you remember when I told you when I was down there, when we went down there, me and the kids and Jessica, I almost died. Well, I felt like I was almost gonna die with the. I think it's the shellfish reaction. So I'm gonna put Epcot. So I really didn't enjoy my time, but I had promised Jessica and the kids I'd take them there so they could go shopping. You know what I'm saying? Like I promised them that, and I wasn't. I could have been dying of a heart attack, and I still would have took them there just so they could go and shop, even though I was dying. And I did it. I didn't get to really enjoy myself, so knock on wood that I don't get anywhere near some shellfish or anything. I don't know what. Maybe I was just sick. I don't know. I just want to blame the shellfish on it, just so I could bust Jessica's chops. You know, make her feel a little bad. I'm gonna check out Lego store. You know, and then, like, when you see that I'm at a park, by all means, if you have an idea or something, don't be afraid to shout it out while I'm at a park if you see it. Because, like I said, I'm always looking for content and cool things I see, but there could be things that I didn't catch that you're like, oh, I wish I could have seen this. You know what I'm saying? So if you're seeing something, like I said, Saturday, we're going to go to Fun Spot in Orlando. Sunday, we're going to Hollywood Studio. Yeah, that I'm not going to waste no money on. I'm sorry, Jason. I'm not going to go to the NBA experience. And plus, I'm like 2'2". Well, not really 2'2". I can't slam dunk. They couldn't bring the net down short enough for me to dunk. I got to draw the line somewhere. I just can't. I mean, it would be funny to watch me in there. I wouldn't know nothing about it because I don't watch basketball. You're lucky I even know what the NBA is. National Basketball Association, I think, right? I don't know. Yeah, I heard that. I think that NBA experience thing is going to be gone before you know it. To be honest, I wouldn't go in there if it was free. I'm not going to lie. I don't care about basketball. I'm still going for opening night, the 23rd on that Saturday. I keep looking at the future forecast and it shows some rain. I've done Kennedy Space Center. That place is awesome. I love that place. I didn't do everything when I was there. Like, they didn't have that Heroes thing. They were working on that when I was there. Oh, I've already done it, but I'm making my brother do it when we go down there. With the new Sky Sled harness. I'm making him do it. My brother wouldn't do it and spend all the money and stuff because he was like, all right, because usually he goes by himself. So he's just like, I'm not, I don't bother. But I was like, dude, we need to do that. He's like, all right, cool. Like, he's not too chicken to do it. He'll do it. I was like, dude, you got to do the one where you sit down. I'm like, it's crazy. I prefer that version of it versus the regular lay down one. I've done the lay down one so many times, so many different variations, heights, places. I'm like, who cares? I'm like, sitting down riding that thing is where it's at. It's crazy. It's a totally different feeling. And I love it. Just saying, I'm all about it. Yeah, the true NBA experience is in Springfield, Mass, where the Hall of Fame is, of course. So like I said, if you have any ideas for things you want to see while we're down at IAAPA, down at the parks, even when we're doing the event at, what do you call it? Islands of Adventure. If there's something you want to try and see, like, I'm not even going to bother trying to get on-ride footage. Everybody and their mother does that. I'm going to do something different. What that is, I don't know, but I'm going to do something. Dude, I love Legoland in Florida. The place is awesome. And, Jason, you're going to laugh your butt off. I got to tell you this before I leave. So, you know, I'm looking up things like for the honeymoon and stuff like that because we're going down to Florida. And, you know, I'm looking at stuff for this trip. And I'm like, dude, I said, dude, I called myself a dude. I'm like, dude, I said that to myself out loud in the office because I was the only one there. I was like, I should get an annual pass to Disney. So I go and look at it, and because I don't live in Florida, I got to pay the expensive prices. So I'm doing the math. I'm going, how many times am I going? You know, how many different parks I go? How many times am I going? I'm looking at the perks. What's involved? Is it worth it? I kept saying for over an hour, should I get it? And I'm almost hitting the buy button. And I'm like, should I not get it? Should I not get it? Should I get it? Should I not get it? And so then I bought the platinum. I didn't get the Platinum Plus, but I got the Platinum Pass. And, yeah. I paid a lot of money. But I'm going to save money between the parking, all the visits. I can park hop. I can get discounts. I can do whatever. So, yeah. I'm officially a Disney annual pass holder. I'm going that many times within the next 365 days to make that pass worth it. Yeah, I saw that. I haven't heard nobody's told me anything about it yet. I think I might have upset Jen talking about it. Because maybe we weren't supposed to know about that yet, and they let the cat out of the bag, and I don't know, maybe she didn't see the question. I don't know. So, if they're going to sell it, it's going to be in one or two places. I'm probably going to go with... It's probably going to be not the Looney Tunes Emporium, the Six Flags Emporium one, the smaller one. I'm going to say it's probably going to be there. Don't quote me on that. I know it wasn't my fault, but it was just kind of like weird because usually she responds right back and she's like, oh, where did you see that post? And I told her, radio silence on that email. Like nothing, not a response, not a nothing. Like once I sent her, like I said it was on Instagram from Posted Dynamics. The company who makes them. They're like, oh, showed who it was. I'm like, I know it wasn't my fault, but I just hope she's not mad at me for asking her. You know what I mean? Like, Jen went dead silence. She's probably going, oh, shit, now they know about it. We're going to surprise everybody, you know? The first thing I'm doing when I get in there is just going to look for that's the first thing I'm doing when I go in there. First thing. I'm bringing my drawstring bag, which I gotta find because I threw it in the wash. I gotta ask Jess where it is because I don't know where it is because I gotta take it with me. I don't know where it is. So who knows? But I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go actually pack my luggage. I have not packed. The only thing I've done was buy a season pass, buy a couple of tickets to some parks. I got a rental car, airline, and a hotel. I've done nothing else. Yep, on the right, heading to the right. Yep, you were correct. On the right, heading towards Rockville after entering the right. Yep, that first gift shop right before the games in that midway area there. And if it's not there, it'll be on your left, inside Looney Tunes Emporium. And if it's not there, it's probably in the gift shop next to where you can go visit Santa. Those are the only places I can think that it could be. So, who the hell knows? But yeah, like I said, if you see me, you know, out and about during this trip, by all means, hit me up. If you see me, I'm going to be posting stuff. So, if you say me like, hey, can you go live? Or can you get me pictures of this? By all means, please tell me, and I will do that. Now, John has requests for the parade, and It's a Small World. For those that don't know, I have this tradition that I do. I go on It's a Small World, and I hate that ride so much that all I do is trash it, talk trash, make my own songs, sing along, act like an idiot, and then I do it on Facebook Live. That's what I do. Yeah, I'd like to have a safe trip. Me and my brother rolled down there Saturday. We'll be in Florida, landing like 4:30, 4:45, something like that. And let's party on. Jason at Paradise. I'll let you know, but if you're free Saturday night, I don't know if you are, and you want to like hook up and go to like Fun Spot Orlando or something, you know, if you're free, let me know. Hang out, say what up. Yeah, because I'm going to be in Jason and Paradise's neck of the woods, so I hope I can at least find you and say what up at some point during this trip. That's the hopes and dreams of this trip. I'm on a mission to find him. That's what I am. I hate it. Got stuck on it to boot. The song never... Yeah, I hate that song. That's why I go on and I'm just like trashing it. Oh, plus, what do you call it? Space Mountain is all decked out like for during a party and all that. And I saw some. It looks kind of cool. A good fishing thing? Oh, well, what, to go fishing down? I probably honestly won't have time to go fishing. I mean, down there. I mean, we're gonna be at parks because my brother's never been to Hollywood Studios. He's never been to Animal Kingdom, and we both just love Fun Spot. So, but I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go pack my bags. I will see you guys, you know, like I'll see whoever's down at IAAPA, down in Florida. You guys will see me online. We're gonna have fun, and I'll talk to you guys then. But anyway, until we return, peace out, y'all. Keep on coasting, y'all. Peace.